Shalas Tshuvis, again, is Oirus Tshuva. Is one allowed to curse himself? You know, you can't curse anybody in Klal Yisrael. Can you curse yourself? I'm not asking Lashon Hara. Anu mitzvah. Cursing. Lo tekarel. Cursing a Jew. You cursing, but I'm not cursing somebody else. I'm cursing myself. So can one curse himself? The Gemara in Shavuos Lamidvav Amud Aleph says, if one curses himself, he transgressed alav in the Torah. The Pasuk says, "Raki shama lecha ushmor nafshecha meod." From that the Gemara deduces, you're not allowed to. So you become a rasha. Remember last week I think we presented a galgal choizer. Catch 22. Let's try another one. If at the time that you curse yourself, you become a rasha, so what's the problem cursing yourself? Because you're allowed to curse a rasha. The Gemara said, you're allowed to curse a rasha. The source is, V'nasi be'amcha lo ta'or. Don't curse nasi. What is the word be'amcha? Be'oise ma'ise amcha. One who conducts himself with Torah mitzvahs like you. Which means one who is a rasha, you're allowed to curse him. If you're allowed to curse him, why did you call the person who cursed a rasha? But you're allowed to. He turned into a rasha, so you're allowed to curse him. So what's the problem? And really, it doesn't stop here. It continues. If you're going to tell me that Lemaise he's a rasha, so you're allowed to curse him, so he didn't become a rasha. If he didn't become a rasha, it comes out you're not allowed to curse him. And if you're not allowed to curse him, so he becomes a rasha because he curses him. And therefore, you're allowed to curse him because now he's a rasha. How do you get out of this? You're just rolling around and can you get up? Can you?
No, because when he said the curse, he wasn't a rasha yet.
Oh, so the Chavatzeles Hasharon says when he said the curse, he was still a tzaddik. Comes out that he did transgress the isu to curse a person who you're not allowed to curse, and therefore, if he cursed, he transgressed the law, he becomes a rasha. That's one way. But he offers another way. The Medrash Tanchuma says, on the pasuk where Moshe sees Dasan and Aviram fighting, Vayomer la rasha, lama taker re'echa. He's about to strike his friend, and he says, why are you hitting your friend? Lama taker re'echa. Rashi brings him there. Lama taker re'echa, rasha shekemo ischa. He is a rasha like you, why are you hitting him? Asks the Maharit. The Maharit is one of the Rishonim. What is Moshe Rabbeinu's problem? There's no problem to hit a rasha. Dasan and Aviram are fighting, they're about to hit, one of them is about to hit each other. So he's going to hit the rasha. What's the problem? You're allowed to hit a rasha. The Gemara learns by Metzia in Gimel that you're allowed to enslave a rasha. And the Yereim and Reish Yud Zayin writes, you're even allowed to hit him. You're allowed to hit a rasha. So why is Moshe Rabbeinu yelling at him, why are you about to hit rasha? Why are you about to hit him? Says the Maharit, because when you say, Be'oise Maise Amcha, that means people in the same group. You can't hit, or we said before, curse, a tzaddik like you. If you're a rasha, you can't hit a rasha like you. If it's Moise Maise Amcha of your group, not necessarily the group of tzaddikim, a group, if you're within that group, and we said, I think, maybe last week we mentioned the same idea, that the Chaim Kanievsky says, a secular guy is not sure what Torah mitzvahs, that I'm in theory can speak Lashon Hara about him, he can't speak Lashon Hara about a secular guy like him. They're from the same group, he can't speak Lashon Hara about him. Same thing follows here. A rasha cannot hit another rasha. That's why Moshe Rabbeinu is saying, what are you doing? You're about to hit, you rasha, you're about to hit another rasha like him. So it comes out, even if we'll say that when he curses him, he turns into a rasha, so there's no problem. So he is a rasha who is allowed to curse another rasha like him. When a person normally curses a rasha, he is allowed to. When a person normally curses a tzaddik, he is not allowed to. But since we say that he transgressed the isu, he did the slav and he became a rasha, so now he is also not allowed to curse himself because he's in the same group. He is the rasha like the rasha that he just cursed. In other words, himself, and therefore he will not be able to curse him. Remember, the Galgal HaChoizer stops right there.